जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय जय प्रभुपा 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 जय जय प्रभुपा जय मुष्टपान परमहंस परिवेकचर्य स्तोत्र श्रीकृष्ण भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य डिविटी पूर्णाचार्य से विद होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। मिठाई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10, entitled The Pastimes of Lord Ramacandra, text number 15. Kamam prayahi jahi vishravasah avameham. Kamam prayahi jahi vishravaso avameham. त्रैलोक्या रावणम् अवाप्नुहि वीरा पत्नीं। त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम्। बद्मीः सेतुम् इह ते यशसः वितत्यै। बद्मीः सेतुम् इहते यशसो वितत्यै। गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनः यम् उपेत्य भूपाः। गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यम् उपेत्य भूपाः। कामं प्रयाहि जहि विष्णवसो वमेहम्। त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम्। बद्मीः सेतुमिहते यशसो वितत्यै। गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपाः। कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसो वमेहम्। त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम्। बद्मीः सेतुमिहते यशसो वितत्यै। गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपाः। Kamam, as you like. Prayahi, you may go over my water. Jahi, just conquer. Vishnavasaha, of Vishnava Muni. Avameham, pollution, like urine. Trailokya, for the three worlds. Ravanam, the person known as Ravana, the cause of weeping. Avapnuhi, regain. Veera, O great hero. Patnim, your wife. Badnihi, just construct. Setum, a bridge. Iha, here, on this water. Te, of your good self. Yashasaha, fame. Vitatyai, to expand. Gayanti, will glorify. Dik Vijayinaha, great heroes who have conquered all directions. Yam, which, bridge. Upetya, coming near. Bhupaha, great kings. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhayacharana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. My Lord, you may use my water as you like. Indeed, you may cross it and go to the abode of Ravana, who is the great source of disturbance and crying for the three worlds. He is the son of Vishnava, but is condemned like urine. Please go, kill him, and thus regain your wife, Sita Devi. O great hero, although my water presents no impediment to your going to Lanka, please construct a bridge over it to spread your transcendental fame. Upon seeing this wonderfully uncommon deed of your lordship, all the great heroes and kings in the future will glorify you. Can kindly repeat the translation after me. My Lord, you may use my water as you like. Indeed, you may cross it and go to the abode of Ravana, who is the great source of disturbance and crying for the three worlds. He is the son of Vishnava, but is condemned like urine. Please go, kill him, and thus regain your wife, Sita Devi. O great hero, although my water presents no impediment to your going to Lanka, please construct a bridge over it to spread your transcendental fame. Upon seeing this wonderfully uncommon deed of your lordship, all the great heroes and kings in the future will glorify you. Purport. It is said that a sun and urine emanate from the same source, the genitals. When a son is a devotee or a great learned person, the seminal discharge for begetting a son is successful. But if the son is unqualified and bring no glory to his family, he is no better than urine. Here, Ravana is compared to urine because he was a cause of disturbances to the three worlds. Thus the ocean personified wanted him killed by Lord Ramacandra. One feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramacandra, is omnipotence. The Lord can act without regard to material impediments or inconveniences, but to prove that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and was not merely advertised as Godhead, or elected by popular vote, he constructed a wonderful bridge over the ocean. Nowadays, it has become fashionable to create some artificial god who performs no uncommon activities. A little magic will bewilder a foolish person into selecting an artificial god because he does not understand how powerful God is. Lord Ramacandra, however, constructed a bridge over the water with stone by making the stone float. This is proof of God's uncommonly wonderful power. Why should someone be accepted as God without displaying extraordinary potency by doing something never to be done by any common man? We accept Lord Ramachandra as the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he constructed this bridge, and we accept Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he lifted Govardhana hill when he was only 7 years old. We should not accept any rascal as God or an incarnation of God, for God displays special features in his various activities. Therefore, the Lord himself says in Bhagavad-Gita 4.9, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mams eti sorjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. The activities of the Lord are not common. They are all transcendently wonderful and not able to be performed by any other living being. The symptoms of the Lord's activities are all mentioned in the Shastras, and after one understands them, one can accept the Lord as he is. Thus ends the Bhaktivinoda purport and translation to Canto 9, Chapter 10, text number 15 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here the Samudra Devata or the ocean personified came before Lord Ramachandra and is requesting the Lord to use his waters as he likes to cross the Indian Ocean and reach the kingdom of Ravana, who is the cause of weeping for the three worlds. Trailokya Ravanam. He causes unhappiness not only to himself, to his family, but to all the three worlds. The very word Ravana means one who causes weeping to everyone, one who causes to weep. So, this is a sign of pure devotional service. As Samudradeva has indicated here, my Lord, you may use my water as you like. Now, this is the first point in this verse today. We will try to discuss this point a bit. We will discuss about 5 examples now to understand this statement by Samudradeva, who has offered Lord Ramacandra to use his water as Lord Ramacandra feels befitting. So Samudradeva is the presiding deity of the ocean, and he controls the ocean. That means for the time being, the ocean is under his control, so long he is holding that position or post. So just because he is holding that position or post, it doesn't become his proprietorship rights. It is always the Lord who is the proprietor of everything. Krishna has declared that in the Bhagavad-Gita 5.29. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Krishna has claimed proprietorship over not only oceans, seas, rivers, forests, hills, mountains, valleys, lands, space. He has claimed proprietorship over everything that is created. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. But one portion of that Krishna is giving to Samudradeva. Okay, you take care of this now. And if he takes care nicely, then he may get even promotion. The Lord may give an even more higher responsibility. So coming back to this point now, Samudradeva is controlling the waters, and he caused no impediment in the Lord using his waters to cross the Indian Ocean. So similarly, we can see in Bhagavatam, Mother Kunti offering her praise to Lord Krishna in chapter 8, text 42. It's Kunti Devi's prayers to Lord Krishna when he was leaving Hastinapura and going to Dwaraka. It's a very famous verse. Kunti Maharani also expresses the same idea about the free flow of devotional service towards the Lord. So that is the sign of pure devotional service. Tvayi me ananya vishaya matir madhupate sakrit ratim udvahatad adha kange vaugam udanmati. So Kunti Maharani has said that, O Lord of Madhu, as the Ganges forever flows to the sea without hindrance, let my attraction be constantly drawn onto you without being diverted to anything else. This is the exact translation by Prabhupada. So this should be the kind of devotional service rendered to Lord Krishna. And this will be completely satisfying Krishna. So if you want to know what is the standard of devotional service, what is the perfection of devotional service, this is the perfection of devotional service. What is that? Kunti Maharani is given a nice example. Just like Ganges naturally flows towards the sea, similarly, Kunti Maharani is praying to the Lord, let my attraction be constantly drawn onto you without being diverted to anything else. You see, the river flows through many regions. And even though there are so many obstacles in the course of its flow, finally it will find its way to the sea or to the ocean, isn't it? It will find its way to the ocean. It will take all kinds of routes, twists and turns, but it will always lean towards reaching the ocean. So like that, our devotional service should be such that whatever we do, we think, kaya, vacha, manasa, it should all be for Krishna, number one. And the quality of this, the qualifying nature of this statement should be without anything for oneself. Everything for Krishna. That's why when we do this Narsimha Yajna or any Yajna, we make a statement while offering, putting something on the Yajna. We say, Idam Narsimhaya Namaha, Idam Narsimhaya, Idam Namama. So we say idam Narsimha, it is for Narsimha, but idam namama. Simultaneously two things. It is for Narsimha and not for me. So both the statements together is important. Because when we say idam Narsimha we give, but we are expecting something. No, namama, not for me, only for you. So like that, idam Krishnaya idam namama. Idam Gurave idam namama. So that is very important. So this is the quality of pure devotional service. So when we offer to Krishna, there should be no expectation in return. Everything for Krishna. Not some portion for me and some portion for Krishna. Or when I give to Krishna, okay, some portion will come to me. No. That is the stand of pure devotional service. And this example of Ganga is very important. Ganges flowing towards the sea. Naturally it is flowing towards the sea. Like that Kunti Maharani is saying, let my attraction be naturally drawn towards you. Now with rules, regulations, we are doing our service, or with some restrictions, or out of philosophical understanding because it is important. All these things aid our bhakti, no doubt. But the goal must be naturally our bhakti must flow towards Krishna. The second example in this regard is from the Bhagavatam, first canto. This is concerning Maharaja Parikshit getting to learn about his grandfathers, the Pandavas. Very interesting example. When Maharaja Parikshit heard from Shukadeva Goswami about his grandfathers, the Pandavas, what kind of devotion they had. So that is quoted. Maharaja Parikshit heard that out of his costless mercy, Lord Krishna, who is universally obeyed, rendered all kinds of service to the malleable sons of Pandu. So Krishna rendered all kinds of service to the malleable sons of Pandu by accepting posts ranging from number 1, chariot driver, number 2, president, number 3, to becoming a messenger of Yudhishthira, becoming friend of the Pandava, becoming a night watchman, etc. Many more. According to the will of the Pandavas. Here we are saying our devotion must be freely flowing to Krishna. Here Parikshit Maharaj hears from Shukadeva Goswami, Krishna's dedication to the devotees is according to the will of the devotees. Krishna's devotion is flowing freely towards Pandavas according to the will and according to the dictation of the Pandavas. Obeying the Pandavas like a servant and offering obeisances like one younger in years. When Maharaja Parikshit heard this, he became overwhelmed with devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord. In the purport, Prabhupada says, the Pandavas were so malleable to the will of the Lord that they could sacrifice any amount of energy for the service of the Lord. So this was the quality which caught the attention of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. What is that? The Pandavas were so malleable to the will of the Lord that they could sacrifice any amount of energy for the service of the Lord. This is one part of the sentence. We will try to understand this. They were so malleable to the will of the Lord. That means the malleability is a property of a metal, which means you can mold it to any form, any way you want. You melt a metal and then you make shapes of that metal. So gold has the highest malleability number. That is why gold is very costly. For the simple reason, you can make any shape and design from gold. And it allows itself to be made into that shape. That's why you can see fine cut gold ornaments. They're so costly. So you can bend it, you can mold it, you can create any kind of design. So it's very, very costly metal because of its malleability property being very high. So similarly, when it comes to devotional service, when we refer to the Pandavas were so malleable to the will of the Lord, it means they, whichever way the Lord wanted, they were willing to render service to the Lord. There was no reservation in the service of Pandavas towards the Lord. There was no choice. There was no attachment even to a particular service of the Lord. They were completely detached. Whichever way the Lord wanted, they were willing to mold and adapt themselves to that service of the Lord, to that condition of the Lord. And by such unalloyed determination, they could secure the Lord's mercy in any shape they desired. See, this is the second part of the statement Prabhupada is making. By such unalloyed determination to serve the Lord the way the Lord wanted, they could secure, Prabhupada used the word secure, the Lord's mercy in any shape they desired. Can you imagine? So this is the benefit of rendering pure devotional service. You can secure the Lord's mercy the way you want. But just now we discussed we should not have any reasons behind doing service. Then what does this mean by they could secure Lord's mercy in the shape they desired? So this looks to be contradictory. No. The Pandavas' desire is fully in line with the Lord's desire. Kamam cha dasye natu kama kamyaya. So this is the statement made by Bhagavatam, made by Ambarish Maharaj, made by Shukadeva Goswami. The desire of the devotee of the Lord is fully the desire of the Lord. There is no difference. Both are one and the same. Therefore, when the statement is made here that the Lord's mercy, they secure the Lord's mercy in any shape they desired. Actually, their desire is not different from the Lord's desire. So therefore, it is of the quality of pure devotional service. Now, we all desire, and it is very natural for us to desire. It is the nature of the soul to desire. But we don't know what to desire. Just like a small child will desire so many things. He wants this, wants that, and so many things. Wants toys, wants chocolates, wants to play, so many things for his satisfaction. But the child's parents will fulfill the desire of the child, which they know is the best for the child. Of course, sometimes along with that, they will also fulfill the specific desire of the child to the degree the child will not be spoiled or lost to itself. Similarly, the Lord satisfies the desires of the devotees if at all they have some desire which is independent of the Lord. Still, because he is a devotee, the Lord may fulfill, but to the degree which will not disturb his devotional service. But better than that is to make our desire as the desire of the Lord. Whatever the Acharya's desires are, whatever the Lord's desires are, we should list it out and make that as our desire. Then the soul's natural quality, need will be fulfilled, because we cannot be without desires. So we should also strive for coming to this standard of devotional service wherein we become malleable to the will of the Lord. However the Lord wants, or the Lord's representative, the Acharya wants, we should be ready for their service. Then the third example is Arjuna from the Bhagavad-Gita. As Arjuna said, Karishye Vachanam Tava. Arjuna initially, representing a common man, had his own plans in serving Krishna in terms of his fighting. He had his own choices and preferences that he didn't want to fight his friends and relatives initially. But when he understood that Krishna desired, so he changed his attitude, he changed, he gave up his personal, he kept aside his personal desire and took up the Lord's desire. Okay, my Lord, you wanted me to fight, I will accept it. Karishye Vachanam Tava. So whatever you say, whatever your order is, that will be fulfilled. So similarly, in our devotional service also, we may have our own plans and choices for devotional service, which is also good. After all, it's not a karmic desire. After all, we are not karmis. Devotees are not karmis. Okay, they are not planning everything for themselves. They are planning something for Krishna. This is a good standard of devotional service than the karmis. But the best standard is, whatever is the Lord's will and wish for me, Lord's will and wish for me, that is my plan and course of action in devotional service. This is the highest quality of devotional service. So I may desire to serve the Lord in this way or that way, which is also good. But if the Lord has a plan or the Acharya has a plan, then we go by that. Just like Arjuna. After all, Arjuna is a devotee, nothing for himself. But still, when the Lord decides something specific, Arjuna accepted. And therefore he became glorified in history for his great sacrifice. Then, the fourth example is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us the standard of devotional service in his famous Shikshashtaka prayers. In the verse, Ashlishya va padaratam pinashtu mam adarshanan marmahatam karotu va yatha tata va vidadatu lampato mat prananata susa eva naparaha. This is the standard of devotional service as taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and as taught by Prabhupada in line with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is that? Yatha tata va vidadatu lampato mat prananata susa eva naparaha. That means not to give up devotional service under any circumstances. And however the Lord treats me, uses me, I am fully prepared. Even if he accepts me fully or even rejects me fully, still he will remain my worshipful Lord. Whether he blesses me or apparently even if he curses or neglects me, still he will remain my worshipful Lord. See, we all come to temple, we pray to the Lord, and then we expect some reciprocation. That's our standard of devotional service. And Krishna will certainly reciprocate. When demigods can reciprocate the prayers of their bhaktas, Krishna will not reciprocate? 100% Krishna will reciprocate. 100%. But the standard of devotional service set by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that forget Krishna blessing. Even if Krishna punishes you, Krishna apparently neglects you, still Krishna should remain our worshipful Lord. So this is pure devotional service. I am planning something for my Lord. It is not happening. It is not happening. We should not become impatient. I want pure devotional service. Yes, Krishna has recognized your desire. You allow Krishna in his own way. When he wants to bestow us that pure devotional service onto us. But we should strive for pure devotional service onto Guru and Krishna. We should strive. And onto Krishna's or Lord Chaitanya's movement in this world, and that is ISKCON presently. We should strive to offer our best to Krishna or Krishna's purpose today, which is carried out in the form of the ISKCON movement. So Krishna's pure purpose in this world is carried out in the form of ISKCON movement. So ISKCON actually is not a material organization, so to say. It is a transcendental organization created by the transcendental Acharya, inspired by the transcendental Lord. So we should not at all look upon ISKCON as being a material organization. And interestingly, flowing from this idea, root idea, all the systems and standards as set by Prabhupada in ISKCON, although apparently looks material, actually is transcendental. Just take the Vigraha, is a metal deity, apparently, but it's transcendental. The systems and standards in ISKCON, even if it appears material to your eyes because of a limited understanding, is actually transcendental. And we should have full faith that Krishna is in full control, the Acharya is in full control of all its activities and details, from macro to micro. Just like a simple example, you take a company. The owner is directly and indirectly conscious of everything happening in his company. This is the example Prabhupada gives one place. Similarly, the Lord is conscious of everything directly and indirectly. The first verse of Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter. This point is mentioned. You can read the translation once again later. Little homework you can do. So the Lord is conscious directly and indirectly of everything. Similarly, in his, if that is the case, in his own movement, it's actually Krishna's own. It's like a company outlet, we say. Actually, ISKCON is Krishna's direct company outlet, not a franchisee also. It's a direct company outlet. The same Goloka has manifested here and is expanding into many places. The Lord expands in many deity forms. Even demigods can expand into many deity forms. So when the Lord being absolute, the Lord's movement is also absolute. And as the Lord has expanded to many forms in this world, simultaneously being one and the same, the Lord's movement, as conceived by Prabhupada, ISKCON also has expanded across the globe, and they're all the Lord's personal expansions. To fulfill the Lord's mission and purpose, to fulfill Lord Chaitanya's mission and purpose, it's completely transcendental. So this faith and understanding and conviction is extremely important. So therefore, in a company, there's so many details. There are divisions of work, and there's a management. Then there is workforce. Then there is production department. So many departments. So many things are happening to fulfill the purpose of the boss or the owner or the proprietor or the managing director, whatever the case may be. So similarly, in the Krishna conscious movement, appearing in this world as ISKCON is conceived by Prabhupada to fulfill the inner purposes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna. Jai Krishna Balaram Gaunitai Prabhupada ki jai. So if we have this conviction, every act of us will be completely satisfying the devotee. Just like in a home, there is a family consisting of mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, children, etc. Because they all feel that it is their family, they render all kinds of services at their home freely, naturally, because they feel the entire home as one single unit. There's no reservation. It's natural. It is psychological. You can appreciate this, right? Similarly, when we understand this ISKCON movement to start with, and then we can expand this idea further. As a family of Krishna, Krishna's business, like family business we say. So this is Krishna's business in this world, and the firm name is ISKCON. You may have, Dorabji, what is that? Ratan, Dorabji Tata Trust, something like that is there. So this is ISKCON, which is the business trust of Krishna in this world. So to fulfill the purposes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to give the world every jiva Krishna prema. Fundamentally, ISKCON is established for this purpose. To offer the highest gift of Krishna prema to every single jiva, willing or unwilling. We will give. Lord Chaitanya is giving. Prabhupada wants to give. So such very special purpose is there. And if we feel that we belong to Krishna's family, then it's very easy to execute pure devotional service. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that however the Lord treats, still he will be my worshipful Lord. After all, Lord will never do anything detrimental for the jiva, lest the parents doing anything detrimental for their own children. So in our immature state or standard or status of Krishna consciousness, we may feel threatened, insecure in our Krishna consciousness. But what is insecure? Lord is so careful to protect, as much as a bird is careful to protect its egg from being eaten by a snake or any other bird. How much carefully it protects, how much Krishna will protect our devotional service, even our material life, even atheists. Yesterday, I think 1 or 2 days back in the Bhagavatam class, this is being spoken. Even Prabhupada was saying, even atheists, Krishna is giving food. So how much Krishna is taking care, so much care and attention with all the minutest details. And his devotees Krishna will neglect. So we should be very strongly convinced that Krishna, we are fully safe in Krishna's hand, in Prabhupada's hand, in the hands of ISKCON. Now one doubt may come. In a company, something may go wrong. But then, when it comes to the attention of the boss, he'll immediately correct it. He will undo what has happened, right? Suppose somebody told somebody, do this. And if the boss feels, no, it's not okay, he will overrule and say, no, you just do like this. He will overrule the subordinate, right? So, Krishna, Guru, Goswamis, Panchatattva, they're all sitting in the company in ISKCON's board. Just think about it. Not fanatically or sentimentally, as scientifically I'm saying. In a board, in a company there's a board and they make the final decision, but down the line sometime may not get implemented. Sometimes, so then they will again have one more board meeting, they will correct it, they will undo it. Sometimes in between fellows also will create one policy, even though they're not the board of directors. Well, that will be undone. Just for you to think about and appreciate, that's all. So like that, we have the Goswamis, we have the Guru Parampara, Panchatattva, big personalities sitting in our board of directors. And Prabhupada, of course, because Prabhupada has made the GBC, the governing body commission, this is also transcendental. So as I said, Prabhupada's whatever manifests from Krishna is transcendental. Nothing material manifests. That's why everything of this world is also transcendental, not material. Similarly, whatever manifests from the pure devotee's mind, even the ideas are transcendental. It is not material. So if Prabhupada has conceived of a system of management, anything which emanates from a pure devotee is transcendental. As much as anything emanates from Krishna is transcendental. So this understanding we have, to render devotional service is extremely satisfying and pleasing. You will have the experience of rendering pure devotional service, and which is very satisfying, fully satisfying to the soul. But we should be prepared to get disturbed. Our present standard of devotional service will get disturbed for that. Disturbed, I mean to say, because we are, rendering one standard of devotional service. But then the Acharya wants us to, what is ISKCON set up for? The course is pure devotional service. This is the degree or the course being offered. It's like we have different engineering colleges, right? We have in the village also there may be engineering college. In the city there may be engineering college. The capital city there may be engineering college. The country there may be a better engineering college. The world. That's why people also, they keep selecting the best engineering college, medical college, whichever college, BA college, BCom college. Just like engineering, we say the best is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They're the best, producing world-class engineers like that. In spiritual life, there are many organizations, many people, sincerely they're attempting, with all the due regards and respect and appreciation to all of them. ISKCON, just for your understanding, is like Massachusetts Institute of Technology standards. Prabhupada set in the field of devotional service. Just like you have mechanical field, electrical field, civil field, etc., etc. So in the field of devotional service, super excellent standards, benchmarking standards for others to follow. World-class standards we call. Hallmark of fame. We can think about all those ideas. In the ICA Institute, we have this Gold Shield Award if you have the best presenting of accounts with transparency and financial reporting. And then 5 years you get that award, you'll go into Hall of Fame. No more award beyond, because you are beyond award. Like that. And Akshay Patra, by Prabhupada's and Krishna's blessings, has secured that Hall of Fame. So like that, the organization Prabhupada has set ISKCON, the standards which he has set is beyond any awards and rewards from anyone of this mundane world. It is in the eternal hall of fame of Goloka Vrindavana. So, the last example was Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Manasa deho geho jo kichu mor arpilo tuva pada nanda kishore. This is the fifth point which I wanted to mention. So how Bhaktivinoda Thakur also showed us, whatever is mine, Krishna, I offer it unto you. Good. Beautiful statement. Great realization of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Whatever is mine. The Karmi feels, this is mine, that is mine. He wants to acquire more and more. So very good thought. A conversion factor in Krishna consciousness is, yes, so you acquire more property, acquire more degrees, acquire more Twitter followers, Facebook followers, and capture the world, capture even the three worlds. Arpilu tuva pada nanda kishore. Everything is mine. Good. Increase that mind, that material mind, and then give it to Krishna. Krishna, this is yours. So, these are some things which we can try to follow in our service to the Lord, as Samudradeva has expressed his desire to the Lord. Yet he requested Lord Ramacandra to construct an ocean so that his name and fame will be spread, and the future great heroes and kings, upcoming great heroes and kings in the world will glorify for his wonderful feat of constructing a bridge using mountain peaks and stones which were floating in the waters. There is not anything extraordinary for the Lord. Samudradeva also recognized nothing extraordinary for the Lord, but it will be the cause of glorification for the future heroes and kings. So I'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.